This January, prepare for a whirlwind of secrets, schemes, and emotional turmoil. Safak juggles family challenges, while Melik rises as an idol behind bars under Nesrin's sharp watch. Qimet's desperate games put Mahir in a tough spot as courtroom drama takes an unexpected twist with a surprise defender. Melik's release brings bittersweet joy, but her homecoming is clouded by hidden truths and brewing confrontations. As Kerem uncovers shocking secrets and Elif goes missing, alliances are tested and betrayal looms large. With the truth closing in on Qimet, will justice finally be served, or will deception continue to rule? Stay tuned for a month of gripping twists. On Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025, episode 202 will deliver a whirlwind of emotions as Safak finally returns home. However, his peace is short-lived as he grapples with his mother's relentless meddling, leaving him with his hands full. Meanwhile, behind the walls of the prison, Melek unexpectedly finds herself elevated to an almost legendary status among the other inmates. Yet, not everyone is enamored with her newfound recognition. Nesrin watches her every move with a piercing, hawk-like gaze, harboring intentions that remain shrouded in mystery. On Thursday, the 2nd of January 2025, episode 203 will delve into the strained dynamics between Qimet and Mahir. Qimet, ever the manipulator, preys on Mahir's emotions, weaving a narrative designed to tug at his heartstrings and compel him to shield her from an imminent downfall. Yet, Mahir is no longer as pliable as she believes. With a resolute demeanor, he sees through her facade and quietly devises alternative plans, ones that promise to turn her manipulative schemes on their head. On Friday, the 3rd of January 2025, episode 204 brings a momentary reprieve to Melek's tumultuous life. Nesrin, typically a source of tension, surprises Melek with a gesture that illuminates her day. However, the day's peace is fleeting as Fosforlu seizes an opportunity to engage Mahir in a candid conversation, revealing startling insights about the shadowy workings within their shared orbit. The revelations threaten to upend the fragile balance Mahir has been striving to maintain. On Monday, the 6th of January 2025, episode 205 introduces a twist as Kerem unexpectedly pays Melek another visit. His sudden appearance leaves her bewildered, particularly because his true motives remain concealed. Beneath the surface, Kerem is wrestling with a weighty decision, one that could irrevocably alter the trajectory of their lives. The tension simmers, leaving everyone guessing what lies ahead. On Tuesday, the 7th of January 2025, episode 206 takes a dramatic turn as Julide and Emirhan find themselves in a chance encounter with Safak. The meeting is laden with unspoken emotions, adding complexity to their already tangled relationships. Meanwhile, Qimet embarks on a perilous mission to preserve her innocence, confronting Fikret with calculated determination. Yet, the confrontation leads her to overhear something she was never meant to, plunging her deeper into the web of intrigue. On Wednesday, the 8th of January 2025, episode 207 marks a pivotal day as the long-awaited appeal hearing finally arrives. The air is thick with anticipation as everyone prepares for a potential turning point in Melek's fate. However, Qimet's concealed secret casts a shadow over the proceedings, threatening to derail everything at the last moment. On Thursday, the 9th of January 2025, episode 208 offers a dramatic courtroom moment as the proceedings teeter on the brink of being postponed. Just when hope seems lost, an unexpected figure enters the scene, a mysterious lawyer who boldly declares her intent to defend Melek. The shocking arrival ignites a flurry of questions and speculation. On Friday, the 10th of January 2025, Episode 209 promises heartfelt moments as Humaira steps up to help Elif select a special dress for Melek's homecoming. The anticipation is palpable, but emotions run high on Melek's release day, especially among her cellmates, who face the bittersweet reality of saying goodbye. As for Elif, her excitement is tempered by a lingering fear that Kerem might object to her return home. What unfolds, however, leaves her utterly astounded. On Monday, the 13th of January 2025, episode 210 delves into the unraveling mystery as Kerem begins piecing together long-buried truths. Meanwhile, Gulsum stumbles upon a shocking discovery: a bloodied shirt belonging to Kemet tossed carelessly in the trash. The sinister implications of her find set the stage for a cascade of revelations. On Tuesday, the 14th of January 2025, episode 211 sees Melek candidly confiding in Mahir, expressing her singular desire to be reunited with her family. Emirhan's simmering anger at Leman adds an extra layer of tension, while Julaid and Safak find their relationship under strain, with Tufan's presence casting a long shadow over their happiness. On Wednesday, the 15th of January 2025, episode 212 takes a darker turn as Mahir's suspicions deepen. He begins to suspect that Kemet may have had a hand in Fikret's murder. Elsewhere, Humaira is left reeling after reading a distressing article in the gossip pages. Meanwhile, Masid extends an unexpected invitation to Melek, inviting her to dinner, a move that raises eyebrows across the board. On Thursday, the 16th of January 2025, episode 213 brings an air of tension as Melek and Elif arrive at the mansion for the much-anticipated dinner. While the atmosphere seems cordial on the surface, Kemet finds herself haunted by the ghost of her past as Fikret's blouse resurfaces, threatening to unravel her carefully constructed lies. Meanwhile, Humaira, unable to suppress her emotions, confronts Levent, demanding answers that might shift the balance of their relationship. On Friday, the 17th of January 2025, episode 214 escalates the stakes as Mahir directly confronts Kemet about the bloodied shirt, pushing her into a corner. Humaira, on the other hand, grapples with feelings of embarrassment as she learns the true nature of Levent's actions, which she had misjudged. The episode reaches a boiling point as Melek and Kemet finally face each other, resulting in a heated showdown that leaves the mansion reeling. On Monday, the 20th of January 2025, episode 215 sets the stage for a game-changing revelation as Kerem finally uncovers evidence proving that Melek has been telling the truth all along. This discovery forces him to confront his own misjudgments, leaving him at a crossroads. Meanwhile, Kemet, still smarting from her encounter with Melek, grows increasingly paranoid and begins to probe Melek's intentions, suspecting that she is plotting something significant. On Tuesday, the 21st of January 2025, episode 216 spirals into chaos as Kemet stumbles upon a recording on Melek's phone that could expose her darkest secrets. Just as Melek prepares to take this damning evidence to the police, her world is turned upside down by news that Elif has gone missing from school. The revelation plunges her into a frantic search, while Kemet silently revels in the chaos she has unleashed. On Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2025, episode 217 brims with desperation as Mahir vows to Melek that he will find Elif and bring her back safely. Meanwhile, Safak grows increasingly frustrated with being treated like an invalid, yearning to reclaim control over his life. Elsewhere, Elif finds herself facing a fleeting opportunity to escape her captors, but the risks are perilously high. On Thursday, the 23rd of January 2025, episode 218 heightens the suspense as Mahir searches tirelessly for Elif. while Melek's anxiety escalates with each passing moment. As tensions mount, Humaira wrestles with the weight of her own secret, one that she has yet to share with the family. The episode promises a mix of high stakes and emotional revelations. On Friday, the 24th of January 2025, episode 219 pulls at heartstrings as Melek continues her desperate search for Elif, leaving no stone unturned. In a chilling encounter, Kemet denies any knowledge of Elif's whereabouts, but her demeanor raises doubts. At the mansion, Basid and Humaira finally unveil their long-held secret to the family, sparking a range of reactions that deepen the ongoing drama. On Monday, the 27th of January 2025, episode 220 delivers a fiery moment as Melek returns to the mansion, this time determined not to hold back. Her boldness leaves Kemet visibly shaken, her carefully guarded composure beginning to crumble. The power dynamics at the mansion begin to shift as Melek asserts herself like never before. On Tuesday, the 28th of January 2025, episode 221 sees Melek's return to the mansion take on a deeper significance. Her presence is met with warmth by most, but not all. Seizing the opportunity, Melek decides to confide in Humaira, revealing unsettling truths about Kemet. This revelation threatens to disrupt the fragile equilibrium within the household. On Wednesday, the 29th of January 2025, episode 222 plunges Humaira into a state of suspicion as she begins to piece together Kemet's inconsistencies. Kemet, sensing the walls closing in, becomes increasingly desperate to maintain her facade. Meanwhile, Gulsum finds herself caught in an impossible position, torn between loyalty and truth, as the cracks in Kemet's web of lies widen. On Thursday, the 30th of January 2025, episode 223 sees Humaira taking a bold step as she confides in Levent, sharing everything Melek has told her about Kemet. The weight of this revelation sets the duo on a quest to uncover Kemet's truth. As they dig deeper, questions arise. Will they unearth evidence that will expose her, or will Kemet find a way to outmaneuver them once again? On Friday, the 31st of January 2025, episode 224 brings a mix of tension and confrontation. Asli's temper flares when Kerem accuses her of seeing someone else, leading to a rift in their relationship. Meanwhile, Levent and Humaira embark on an adventurous mission to unravel Kemet's secrets. With each clue they uncover, the mystery surrounding Kemet's past becomes increasingly ominous, setting the stage for an explosive climax. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you think. Share this video with your friends and family to help grow this incredible community we're building together. And if you haven't joined us yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you're always in the loop. There's so much more exciting content on the way, so stay connected. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.